This is Duke University.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the faculty and staff, I present to you the Fuqua School of Business Master of Management Studies, Class of 2016. Please be seated. Welcome to all of you. I'm Bill Boulding, and it is my pleasure and privilege to serve this incredible community as Dean of the Fuqua School of Business. In my view, every day at the Fuqua School is a great day, but this day is an amazing day as we celebrate the accomplishments of these almost graduates. And so I welcome all the students. I congratulate them for all of their incredible accomplishments during their time. And I note that it is your day, but you have to share with the rest of us. And so thank you to all of you for making this day possible. But I also want to thank your families, your friends who are here today to support you and who have been supporting you on this journey up until this point and will continue to do so. I also would like to thank the Fuqua faculty and staff who shepherded you through this program, and all of us share in your joy today. So it's a wonderful day, and let's get the show on the road. So it is my privilege to introduce to you Iris Maria Vildosolola. I told her I was going to do this. Vildosolola, better, who is going to make the presentation of the Excellence in Teaching Award on behalf of the MMS class of 2016.
Thank you, Dean Boulding, for the introduction. Before I present the Excellence in Teaching Award, I would like to take a moment to address my classmates. Life is what passes by while we make plans for the future. This is a phrase I heard many months ago. The first time I heard it, I can honestly say I did not understand what it meant. But it is after this year that I understand its significance. Today, of my entire speech, if there is one thing I want you all to remember, is to always be present. Given our young age, many of our goals revolve around success, career, and money. We work hard to accomplish these objectives and to develop a reputation for consistent excellence. However, our perseverance to reach those goals and the vigorous attempt to excel comes with a lack of attention to the present. We're always thinking about what will happen next. How can we reach our next goal? And we rarely enjoy the moment we are in. We're always thinking about what the future has in store for us. Planning our future is certainly important, but what is most important is embracing the present, the now. It is often that we worry about things that have yet to come. We constantly beat ourselves up for mistakes we might have done in the past, instead of learning from them and letting go. Life is about achieving happiness and giving up the past. When you're living in the present, you're creating moments, memories. Happy, crazy, sad, funny memories. In the end, all we have are memories. If we're always distracted with things from our past or future, we forget to create new ones that will continue to bring joy into our lives. All we have is now. You need to be happy with yourself in order to live in the present and stop thinking about the future. I'm not talking about the happiness you derive from one night at Shooters or partying at Tavern. Today, the happiness I'm referring to is complete happiness within ourselves, not just temporary happiness. If you always strive to be happy and embrace the important moments in life, the rest will come. There will be times in the future in which you will face adversities. That I can assure you. Everything will feel like it is crumbling around you, and despite how hard you look for the answer, you may not find it. We won't be so lucky as to have Tolis holding study sessions at 4 a.m. solving our life problems. This time, we will have to face reality. Like many things in life, it is much easier to say it than to do it. It is difficult to stop thinking about the future, to put everything on hold and live in the moment. Despite this, we have to do it because if not, our lives will flash by in the blink of an eye, just like this master's program. If we give our future thoughts too much weight, we will then lose focus of what is important in life. Today, I want you to embrace who you are in this precise moment. Because your hard work, your dedication, your effort, and your perseverance is the reason why you stand here before me, graduating with a master's degree from one of the top schools in the nation. For many, this is our last stretch as students. If there's one thing I'm sure of, is that all of you will be successful. A great future lies ahead of you. Many of you will get married, have children, be CEOs or entrepreneurs. Our life will be so busy and messy that we will forget to live in the moment. You could be the #1 consultant or the most successful stock trader. But if you are not happy with yourself, then you do not have anything. And with that same confidence, I know we will all encounter disappointments and obstacles because life is not fair. But we have to remember this exact moment, the moment we graduate with a master's degree, the moment we're full of hopes and dreams. Dreams that will turn into reality only if you say yes to the now. Thank you. Thank you. I will now present the recipient of the Excellence in Teaching Award. In our one-year master's degree, my classmates and I had the opportunity to meet 15 astonishing professors. As a class, We were given the opportunity to vote on a professor that truly made an impact on our lives and excelled in teaching. We were honored to have this professor in our very first semester at Fuqua. This professor prepared us for the most challenging and difficult year ahead of us. He set the pace. Our class consists of diverse educational backgrounds: architecture, finance, engineering, psychology, mathematics, among many others. Despite the different backgrounds we all have, this professor was able to effectively communicate one of the most valuable and essential subjects we need in order to succeed in our professional careers. His main priority was always the success of his students. However, the most important lesson we ever learned from him was to always follow our intuition. With that, the Excellence in Teaching Award goes to Professor Xu Jiang.
It's really my pleasure and a great honor to receive this award. This is one of the most happiest day of my life, you know. Another example is when my daughter is born. There are a lot of people to be thankful for this award. I want to thank my parents, thank my in-laws, thank my grandmother. I want to thank my wife and my daughter. They are truly invaluable to me. They offer tremendous support to me. I want to thank my colleagues who actually helped me a lot in terms of teaching. So basically, this award is not only for me, but also for them. I want to thank Bill Mayo, who is one of my accounting colleagues and who helped me tremendously about teaching. But last but not least, I want to thank you, the class of 2016. It is because people like you who make me feel that I'm really doing a useful job every day. It's people like you who I feel like, I'm really, achieving some sort of excellence every day. I wish you all the success in your future career.
In the spirit of giving and continuous improvement, I would like to welcome to the stage those individuals whose work this year will help Fuqua to continue to grow. Please welcome the class gift presenters, Fatima Amaruddin, Dana Kamilar, and Tarun Sharma.
Hi, Mom. In his Hall of Fame induction speech, Coach Krzyzewski speaks about the value of 5 being able to act as 1. On behalf of the class of 2016, we would like to present this check to Dean Boulding to show our support for the Fuqua School of Business. This gift, which represents our class acting as 1, to the Fuqua Annual Fund will help support the highest priority needs of the school, such as faculty research, scholarships, and global initiatives. This was a great year for us. Despite a late start, we raised $1,479 with over 60% participation from our class. And our fellow class gift officers deserve a lot of credit for that. Our work isn't quite done yet. You can still give through June 30th if you haven't given so far, and we've sent out the link several times, so check your email. To conclude, to the class of 2016, thank you so much for your participation and support. As Coach K says, the train to success is always moving, and your support for this gift shows that you're on that train. So go Duke, and thanks so much. Congratulations.
I love these big checks. They're fantastic. But what I love even more is that not only have you lived in the moment and made the most of your time here as students, but you've also made a decision to invest in those who will follow you. Thank you so much for supporting the school. So now I would like to introduce your class speaker, elected by all of you, and therefore I think we can expect something really great. So Ryan Costello.
Thank you, Dean Boulding. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. Good evening, friends, family, and distinguished faculty. I speak on behalf of my classmates when I say how pleased and fortunate we are to have you join us here today, and how fitting it is that you're joining us for our celebration. After all, this is an area where my classmates truly excel. We have celebrated the unexpected, the everyday things, and now we celebrate the future as well. If you need proof of the unexpected, just picture myself, a 22-year-old white male from Long Island, New York, donning a traditional Indian kurta, dancing wildly at 3 o'clock in the morning while celebrating Diwali for the first time with my classmates back in November. My classmates' capacity to celebrate should come as no surprise. Throughout the course of these past 10 months, we've had a tremendous number of opportunities for practice. Together, we have celebrated the launch of our journey, countless birthdays, new holidays, job offers, the ending of 5 terms and sets of finals, victories on the basketball court, accomplishments in the classroom, individual and team accolades, traveling the globe, and even a child for one of our own. Though fun, sometimes daunting, and oftentimes new for many of us, these amazing events are not what stand out most to me when I think about the last 10 months. Rather, what I find most profound was my classmates' ability to simply celebrate the opportunity to be part of Fuqua every day. Armed with a contagious ambition, my peers came to school day in and day out, excited to discuss cases, learn from our professors, and challenge what they read about the night before, rather than accept everything at face value. Beyond the classroom, they jumped at opportunities to explore our interests and further our learning by joining every club, attending every workshop, and listening to every panelist and guest speaker Fuqua had to offer. When an opportunity didn't exist, my classmates took it upon themselves to create one, founding new clubs, hosting program-wide debates, and even designing focus groups for their own inventions, to name just a few. While at times it may have felt as if it was the case, we didn't actually spend every day of these 10 months within the confines of Fuqua. Outside of the classrooms and team rooms, the same quality was at the forefront for our class. Our innate ability to be present drove us to explore communities both near and far, again, learning a great deal in those moments, whether we realized it or not. We discovered the greater Duke culture during basketball campout and at games right here in Cameron. Our home here in Durham offered insight into a unique Americana culture with entrepreneurial spirit. Group trips throughout the United States, Mexico, China, and even more places than I have time to mention taught us more about one another and often provided color to what we learned back in the classroom. Regardless of our location, be it Fuqua or anywhere else in the world, the class of 2016 was ever present, truly exemplifying the Fuqua pillar of authentic engagement. This awareness to celebrate every day's opportunities, coupled with the unexpected curiosity, ambition, and compassion for one another we embodied, makes me supremely confident in our class's ability to be defined as true leaders of consequence. with many landmark accomplishments in store. Now, let us look to the future. With our graduation day finally here, one I know we'll remember as another of our great celebrations, I'd like to close with some words to help jumpstart your race to accomplishment. Being only 22 years old, I'm not quite yet the stage I hope to become. So instead, I would like to return to someone who fits the bill, Dr. Seuss. From Oh, the Places You'll Go. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So be your name Buxbaum, or Bixby, or Bray, or Mordecai Ali Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. This group before you today is going to do many great things, so everyone be prepared for many more celebrations to come. I'd like to thank you all for your time today and to congratulate my friends, the class of 2016.
Thank you, Iris and Ryan, for your great remarks that really capture the spirit of your experience and your classmates. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the commencement speaker. And when we choose a speaker at graduation, it's a really demanding ask that we make. We have a very high bar because we want someone who has great accomplishment so that you can see what's possible as you envision your future. We want someone who has great wisdom that's come along that path that they can share with you on this day and help you with your path. We want someone who shares the values that we hold to be so important, such as authentic engagement. And if we have someone who has a Duke connection, that's a bonus. So Katie Hollister checks every box. Let me start with the last one. So Katie is a Duke graduate. Her husband is a Duke graduate. They actually met while they were at Duke, not surprisingly, although they did wait until the last 2 weeks of their college career. Their 2 children, Luke is a rising senior, I believe, at Pratt, and their son, Ryan, works at Duke, and they're both here to watch their mother speak. That's real pressure, by the way. And I think Katie feels it. But Katie is someone of remarkable accomplishment. She's had an absolutely stellar career at Deloitte, and I'll mention that Deloitte is the single largest hiring group for the MMS class. And so to have someone from Deloitte that has hired so many of you is a fantastic thing. So she's been a key person in their global tax and legal practice. She's been a member of their tax LLP board. She served on both the Deloitte US and global boards. So she is clearly one of the most senior, most respected people within Deloitte. Duke, Deloitte, they're very similar. But the thing that I love about Katie the most is how she's achieved this success. Because the way she has risen to such heights professionally is by making sure that she never loses focus on what really matters. And what she believes deeply is that the way she succeeds is through the success of others. That the way she's successful is if she builds great teams. And she has constantly built great teams. She has constantly mentored and developed the people around her, and those people have gone on to do great things as well. And so it's with great pleasure then that I ask Katie to step forward.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Dean Boulding and faculty, for inviting me to be part of this day. And welcome, parents, siblings, friends. I know you're here, or maybe you're watching on the video, because there's somebody sitting in the front rows here that you care a lot about and are very proud of. And graduates, congratulations. I hope you just completed what was a 10-month experience that you'll never forget. As Dean Boulding mentioned, I've had the pleasure of working at Deloitte for over 30 years, and every time I say that, it kind of cracks me up because I distinctly remember being 10 and thinking that anybody age 30 was about dead. After graduating from Duke, I went to law school, and I started at Deloitte pretty much as a fluke. The traditional path back then from law school and still now was to work at a law firm. I didn't aspire actually to work at an accounting firm or consulting firm. I got the job and I intended to be there 12 months. It wasn't the most prestigious thing at that time, although now it is, to go from accounting, to go from a law degree into accounting. And I remember when I called my dad and told him that I got a job, there was a long pause on the phone, like a really long pause. And this was always my dad's signal for letting me know that he was about to come out with some very profound statement. And what he said was, "Katie, you don't even do your own tax return." I stayed at Deloitte all this time, 31 years, for two things. Number one, I found a seemingly infinite number of opportunities to grow both personally and professionally. And number two, I found an equally infinite network of people to lead me to those opportunities. I'm a partner in our tax business, like Bill said, and for those of you who don't know the sheer excitement of a tax business, I had many amazing career opportunities. I served different clients in all different industries all over the world. I've started a new service line. I tore one down, not the same one, by the way. I had opportunities to lead initiatives around talent and innovation and market, and the pleasure of serving our partners on our US and global boards. So contrary to popular opinion today, that all the good jobs are at a startup, I know at least one great place that you can start up and stay for a really long time. I suppose the takeaway here is I didn't start, all great careers don't start with a great plan. I actually didn't have one. I got a job. It wasn't really what I was looking for, honestly, but I went there. We don't have any products at Deloitte, just people. We have about 70,000 in the US and about 225 all around the world. So this became a career for me and a place actually to observe people, not only at Deloitte, but at our clients, leading in all kinds of ways, leading change, leading crisis, leading conflict, leading in successful times, and leading change. At Fuqua, you guys studied a lot about leadership, and there's no way I have something smarter to say than all of these people behind me about leadership who study it and talk with class after class after class about it. But I do have an observation to share after 31 years of watching leaders lead, and my observation is about a special breed of leaders. My observation starts with a real simple word. It's one that we learn when we're about 3. And from the moment we learn this word, it's our tool for learning about the rest of the world and people. I relearned the beauty of this word from my boys, Ryan and Luke. "Mommy, why are the clouds soft? Why has the dog got a tail? Why is there fur on top of my eyes?" By the way, I never figured out any of the answers to these great questions. But my observation starts with why. Why is it that leaders lead? And the answer is that there are a lot of motivations for leading, frankly. There's ego, and there's accomplishment, and there's recognition, and there's need to be needed, and many, many more. And I'm not here to judge motivations for leadership, but rather the motivation I want to talk about for just a few minutes is responsibility. My observation is that the really remarkable leaders are the ones who are truly motivated to lead by a sense of responsibility that transcends themselves in 3 ways. So 1, responsibility for the truth. You all know that saying that perception is reality. And what this means is that people don't really see the world as it really is around them, but rather as they believe it to be. I think outstanding leaders have a unique ability to actually see beyond what they believe in order to get to the real truth. A Deloitte friend of mine named Vanessa once told me a story about her time in Kenya working at the Peace Corps, and she was there to help individuals develop their skills and a business case for funding to start a new small business. And she recalled being particularly frustrated and kind of annoyed with this one woman who was constantly late to her sessions and wasn't really very dedicated at all. So one day, Vanessa decided to visit this woman, and there she learned that this woman was actually perhaps the most dedicated of all her students. In fact, this woman turned out to be a young widow. She was 20-something. She had 4 children, and daily she was walking 7 miles to Vanessa's class and back. So you see, perception is often not reality. And the most remarkable leaders, I think, feel responsible for the truth. And this enables them to break the barriers of their own beliefs to actually get to it. The second thing is responsibility for outcomes. I think great leaders defy all of our human temptation to rely on our past successes and experiences. But because really great leaders are responsible for outcomes, they anticipate failure and they prepare to avoid it. Some of the most amazing examples of this, I think, that I've read in the last, say, 14 months or so are stories about surgeries on the tiniest of human hearts. In these couple cases that have been reported recently, very, very experienced heart surgeons partnered with engineers, and using data from thousands of cross-section scans, they 3D printed an exact replica of these tiny malfunctioning hearts. The 3D replica in both cases uncovered new facts and assumption errors. And this enabled doctors to rethink strategies and develop workarounds before the critical moment of surgery on the baby, changing the outcome from what could have been failure due to unknown consequences, unknown complications, to life for a boy and a girl. So these remarkable leaders feel so responsible for the outcomes. They act in a way that enables them to avoid the trap of being misled by their past experiences and successes. The third thing is responsibility for others. Remarkable leaders exhibit a tremendous sense of responsibility for others that transcend themselves. This is not really just about getting people to follow. These leaders are absolutely committed to developing or enabling somebody else's future. In the context of a team, this might be about developing the next better you. Kind of an unintuitive concept. The ultimate heroic expression of this one, I think, is the story that many of you maybe know about the man with the red bandana. Wells Crowther was an equities trader who almost always carried this red bandana with him. It was a gift from his dad when he was a little boy. On the morning of 9/11, Wells's family got 3 messages that he was okay, but they never heard from him again. And about 8 months later, they were reading in the New York Times witnesses' accounts of that day. And several of the witnesses wrote about life-saving help from a man with a red bandana. Wells was subsequently credited after the discovery of these accounts for saving about 18 people that day. So whether true heroes or not, remarkable leaders feel responsible for and personally invest in others. So back to my question, why do remarkable leaders lead? They lead because of a deep sense of responsibility to someone or something beyond themselves. And this fact is why they are the remarkable leaders. So is there a lesson here for all of us? Yep, I think so. I think the lesson is not to define ourselves by our title, but rather by the impact we can have on something or someone. And by investing in things beyond ourselves, we can grow in our impact as a leader. We can find truth that's not limited by our perceptions. We can actually reach outcomes that are not limited by our past successes. And we can impact futures beyond our own. So that's kind of enough heavy stuff from me. As I prepared for this talk, I actually imagined myself sitting in your seat. I wish I was 22, Ryan. And I realized that if I was sitting there, I'd actually like to hear from somebody who was a whole lot younger than 56. So I did the classic consulting thing, and I put a bunch of young people on the job. I went to about 20 recent alumni from this program, this MMS program, who've graduated in the last 2 years, and I asked them, hey, what advice do you have for these graduates now that you're 1, 2, or 3 years out? And true to Fuqua form, they came up with some great stuff. So first I want to tell you that not one of them remembered who their graduation speaker was, nor where the person worked. Not one word about what the person said. So that made writing the first 10 minutes of this talk real easy for me. What they did remember about this day in great detail was about all of you who are here, family and friends. For most people, they said it was the first day that they ever had the chance to have their family and friends here. And so they totally relished in the moment, exploring around campus and enjoying the moment. One person recalled meeting a classmate's family and realized that some little quirky thing about that classmate was easily traceable to his dad. The person said to me, Katie, it was like putting the final piece into a year-long puzzle. So these guys offered these great 10 things that I selected from all the advice I got from them for you. Number 1, the anxiousness about work wasn't warranted. We arrived from Fuqua better prepared than anybody else, both to do the work and to work on a team. Number 2, best thing we learned at Fuqua was about collaboration and teaming. The team building events, even the cheesy ones, were valuable moments to learn about other people, and we actually carry some of these same lessons into the job today. Number 3, you aren't perfect, and they aren't either, but joining forces with your teammates will get you closer to it. Number 4, you're not going to get it right, and knowing how to rebalance, correct, redo is the key. Number 5, don't get lost in the small stuff. There'll be a bunch of stuff you can't control, and while it'll seem really big for that day, week, or month, it just won't matter in the scheme of a long career. Resist the tendency to want to do things on your own to prove yourself in your new job. In the end, it's the team that gets the really big stuff done. Number 7, you're going to be asked to do some really small things. Don't resent these. The small parts all fit into a way bigger, more important picture, and big things don't get done without small things getting done first. Number 8, after graduation, nothing arrives in a well-laid out curriculum. Get ready to figure it out and proactively seek it out. Number 9, this was a really good one. Make the most of your summer. Do what fulfills you, spend time with family and friends. Once you start a job, you will really, really, really want that free time back. And the last one is probably my favorite, so I saved it for the end, and that is give back, mentor, and look out for all those future Duke grads. I'd really like to end my talk by wishing you good luck, but there's lots of evidence to suggest that there isn't really any such thing. Rather, the lucky people are just those who are predisposed to sense, seize, and shape events before they're apparent to the rest of us. You may know this story about a guy named Richard Wiseman. Wiseman surveyed a bunch of people to find out who considered themselves lucky and unlucky, and then he performed a really interesting test. He gave both groups, the lucky and the unlucky groups, a newspaper, and he asked them to tell him how many photographs were inside. On average, the unlucky people took 2 minutes, but the lucky ones determined the number of pictures in about 2 seconds. How could this be? The lucky ones found a message on the second page that read, "Stop counting. There's 43 photographs in this newspaper." Why didn't the unlucky group see that? Because they were so intent on their mission to count the photographs that they missed the message. So Wiseman's conclusion was that unlucky people miss chance opportunities because they're too focused on looking for something else. They go to parties intent to find the perfect partner, and they miss great opportunities to make wonderful friends. They look through the newspaper determined to find a job, and they miss other great opportunities. Lucky people are actually more relaxed and open, and therefore they see what's there rather than just what they were looking for. So my final advice to you is relax, be open, congratulations, and good luck, because I know you're extremely well prepared to engage in and be responsible for the world around you. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie, for those great remarks. And we are very lucky that you feel so responsible to the Fuqua School. And Katie serves on our board and is an incredible contributor to the school with her wisdom, her insights, and her drive to make sure that we get to the right outcomes. And so thank you for that, Katie. But more than that, thank you for setting an example of what it means to reach our highest accolade within the Fuqua School, which is to be a true leader of consequence. So if you could please take this gift.
Thank you very much.
And now we start to move to the part of the graduation where we recognize the graduates. So if I could ask Russ Morgan to please step forward.
Good evening. MMS class of 2016, it's hard to believe it's already time for you to graduate. So I hadn't intended to quote Dr. Seuss, but since Ryan got us started, I'll put out there, how did it get so late so soon? 10 months has gone by so fast, but it's gratifying to know that you guys have valued every day in the program, and you've done so much over this period with us. Having observed the commitment you've put in since last summer, I'm honored and excited to celebrate with you tonight the culmination of all of our time together with you guys walking across the stage. Before you get to do that, I want to thank you all collectively as a class for a terrific year. We're also going to recognize some of the individuals who stood out based on academic achievements, as well as those who made a significant contribution to the class, as you've recognized by voting for them. I want to start also by saying that the entire program team, the faculty up here on stage, and those who can't be here feel a special connection to your class. I speak not just for myself, but everyone here. The size of your class means that we get to know you personally, and we feel like we've gone on this journey with you too. We recognize we've asked you to do a lot this year, and we've asked you to trust us when we've made requests of you, whether it's been tackling challenges at Triangle Training, maybe integrating with your new groups when you first started the program, some new work maybe in Biz Quant that you've never seen before, or maybe for some of you, public speaking, you had to make some of the first public speeches that you ever had to do. Well, you might have been uncomfortable at times, and for some of you, that might have been the entire 10 months. We've pushed you because we believed in you, and we saw what you could become. We believed in you first because we saw who you were and what your raw potential was when you applied to Fuqua. And we believe in you even more now because we've seen just how great you can be when you're at your best. You guys are amazing when you're at your best, and our hope is that your experience here at Fuqua will allow you to be there all the time as you go forward. Just as you faced and overcame challenges this year, I recognize life's not always perfect, and there may be times when you're challenged again. But on those occasions, I'm comforted to know that you have close bonds with the classmates who are sitting next to you, and that you'll always be able to rely on them. That closeness is the defining association that I have with your class. You're not just students in the same cohort, you're friends, and you guys have been great partners with us all. I think that's helped you get the most out of each other. I think it's helped you be great collaborators, and you've embraced the Team Fuqua culture. You've done that well, and I want to congratulate you again and thank you all for making it a special year for us. So at this time, we'd like to acknowledge a number of today's graduates. First, for each graduating class, we recognize the top 10% of the class for their academic achievement. These students are designated as Fuqua Scholars, and they're noted in your program. I'll read the names of the Fuqua Scholars alphabetically and ask that you stand in your place to be recognized. I also ask the audience to wait until I've read all the names to indicate their support and congratulations. The Master of Management Studies class of 2016 Fuqua Scholars are Umair Munir Chowdhury, Bibo Dang, Xuan Dong, Julian Geyer Klingberg, Apostolos Grivanitis, Param Gupta, Zhengfan Li, Ji Huan Lin, Brian McAfee, Felipe Platzer, Siddhant Sahu, Samika Telhom, Bura Yüksel, and Lujing Zhang. Join me in congratulating the 2016 MMS Fuqua Scholars. Okay. Thank you, guys. Additionally, the students in the graduating class and Fuqua administration nominate and select students for a number of awards based on their contribution of service and leadership to the Fuqua community. These awards and recipients are noted in your program as well. I will read the names of the Dean's Leadership, the Dean's Recognition, Distinguished Service, Club of the Year, True Blue, and the Forever Duke Leadership and Service Award recipients alphabetically again, and ask that as I read each name, that person stand in his or her place, and we'll hold applause until they've all been recognized. Start with Vedant Balisaria, Shafali Batra, Zachary Ben Hamad, Nicole Briktova, Zeus Chi, Aryan Erfani, Julian Geyer Klingberg, Apostolos Grivanitis, Katie King, Ramit Mita, Sahil Puri, Shiv Rastogi, Scott Rushton, and Iris Vildasola. Please join me in congratulating them. Thank you. Now it's time to individually recognize each of the graduates. We will ask each of the graduates to come forward and be recognized and congratulated by Dean Boulding, Katie Hollister, and me. Would you please stand to recognize our graduates? At this time, I'd like to ask Laura Lane, Associate Director of MMS Career Services, and Steve Mizuraka, Director of the MMS program, to come forward and read the names of our graduating students.
Iris Vildasola. Ryan Andrew Costello. Fatima Amaruddin. Dana Renee Kameler. Tarun Sharma. Ranuk Anand. Alec Antonelli. Vedant Balasaria. Sanaya Baldata. Nicholas Terrence Rowan Barton. Oh, what? Eliana Batha. Shafali Batra. Zachary bin Hamad. Francisco Benitez. Samuel Binka. Max Bernstein. Nicole Brichtova. Zin Chao Sao. Fabiola Carazito Diaz. Rupa Chalavati. Umair Munir Chaudhry. Xiao Chen. Samuel Chang. Jin Chun Chi. Chioma Ivan Chukuma. Roberto Civaleri Jr. Jonathan Cohen. Benjamin Jacob Cox. Keegan Jarrett Cross. Bibo Dang. Rodolphe Deblique. Elisa De Dinero Vieira. Yang Tien Ding. Justin Dixon. Xuan Dong. Arian Erfani. Wilson Allen Moore Fisher. Hey, man. Matthew Paul Frangello. Siboingi Inkosi Gamma. Jonathan Garcia. Julian Geyer Klingerberg. Luis Gonzalez Rios. Apostolos Grevenites. Elisha Grayval. Param Gupta. Gunesh Melis Gurul. David William Hassler, Jr. Amber Elizabeth Henson. Daniel Higuera Geraldo. Tyler Hilliard. Yaoru Amanda Jin. Archit Kalani. Catherine King. Heejin Kim. Mitchell Cupstas. Zaina Lama. June Lee. Evan Samuel Lester. Fang Chen Lee. Xiao Chen Li. Zhang Fan Li. Ji Hua Lin. Ningwan Crystal Liu. Isa Lu. Angel Majesty Low. Emmanuel Luber.
Cameron Faith Martinez. Matthew Matthias. Ramit Mehta. Jay Min. Ara Minatsaganian. Megan Shea Mullaney. Shankar Muthuswamy. Jahangir Najafov. Jayshri Nambishan. Bianca Ocean. Hayo Pike. Jack Palmer. Faye Pan. Bradley Connor Patanostro. Alexandra Lee Fott. Nicholas Michael Piscotti. Felipe Platzer. Sahil Puri. Zhengyi Chi. Luyun Xian. Shruti Ramachandran. Alexandra Randall. Disha Ronka. Shiv Rastogi. Zihao Ren. Gareth Daniel Riley Ayers. Connor Rosenow. Vandita Runkta. Scott Allen Rushton III, the second. Siddhant Sahu. Colleen Schmidt. Dylan Paul Shriver. Maitri Shaw. Sahej Singh. Yihwan Song. Jason Joshua Tahir. Elizabeth Irene Teagan. Samika Telhome. Karen Aya Sokwa. Philip Tumors. Caroline Vachon. Madhav Verma. Tang Vu. Jingwei Wang. Lingyan Karen Wang. Daniel Wei. Simon Woodcock. Shiyu Han. Ian Shu. Yin Shu Yang. Yun Xiao Yang. Victoria Diane Yu. Bura Yuxil. Dantong Zheng. Lujing Zheng. Ray Ju. Wenji Zhan.
It's official. Please join me in congratulating the MMS class of 2016. People seem really happy that you're done. Okay, I'd like to now ask all the friends and family in the audience to remain in your seats until all the faculty and students have recessed out of Cameron Indoor Stadium. Immediately after the ceremony, we will of course all convene in the Fox Center, and I hope that you will all join us for that reception. Before we exit the building, I'd like to ask the class of 2016 to please stand. We have a lot of people to thank. I'd like to thank Katie, our graduation speaker, Iris, Ryan. I'd like to thank again the faculty, the staff, all the people who are here to support you today, all the people who can't be here to support you today. But mainly, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you. You took very, very seriously the obligation that you have to each other to make the most out of this experience and to leave behind something better than when you arrived. When I look out on the floor here, it's so appropriate that you're on Coach K court, because Tarun mentioned, this idea that when 5 people act as one, then 5 are always better than 1. But think about this talent that I have in front of me. 130 have acted as one. And you have brought together an incredible group that is different in so many ways, but shares a common joy, which is the MMS experience. I cannot thank you enough for building the bridges with each other during this experience to truly live up to the philosophy of collective diversity, to truly live up to the philosophy that each of you can be authentic and represent who you are, and to live up to the idea that you will support each other and bring out the best from each other. And for that, you will always have my gratitude. Having thanked you, I now have some requests. So, what do I want from you? The first thing is, it's really important. It's your day. It really is your day. But please take the time to show the appreciation for all those who got you here. The people that are here with you today, the people who can't be here with you, recognize that it was their support that allowed this really great thing to happen in your lives, and take the time repeatedly to thank those people. The second thing is, we'd like you to stay connected to us. You're going to go off all over the world to exciting things. Don't forget us. Stay connected. Make sure that you build the bridges, not only that you've built with each other, but you build the bridges to those who will follow you, just as those who've preceded you have reached back to make sure that they help you. So please do stay connected. The third thing, I'm going to say it and you'll say, well, of course we'll do that. You don't even have to ask. And what I'm asking is, stay connected to each other. It seems so obvious to you that of course you will stay connected, of course you will value each other, that you'll maintain these relationships, that they're lifelong relationships. But the reality is, life is going to happen. And after that nice leisurely vacation, life will come at you really fast. And when life happens fast, sometimes we forget to do the things that matter the most, to maintain the relationships with the people who are so important to you. And if you think about how important each of you have been in this past year, there is a lifetime in front of you where you can give so much to each other if you make the effort. So make the conscious effort. Don't assume it's going to happen. You're going to have to work at it. The last request I have is be happy. And when I say be happy, true happiness is when you make the most of your talents. It's when you lead a life of excellence. It's when you lead a life of significance. And so, yes, I want you all to be happy. I want you to enjoy yourselves, enjoy each other, but never forget that you have this responsibility, you have this obligation, because you are so very talented. You have the obligation and responsibility to help others who can benefit from your wisdom and your talents. And so please make the most of that opportunity. Never forget that your success is our success. And so be happy, lead lives of success and significance. With that, we're going to close down the show. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.